So I'm in here in the chicken coop, obviously. I've got my little egg apron on, as you guys can see. And I actually have 9 eggs in here. I picked up 2 new green eggs this morning when I let everybody out. There were 2 little small ones in there, so I know I have 3 Americanas laying. So that makes 11 eggs for today, and it's Friday, September 1st. Happy September, everybody. And our little black Jersey giant rooster, he's out and about with the crew right now, just kind of trying to stay close but stay away too so he doesn't get picked on, which is nice to see. I went around and picked up all our sticks, big limbs I should say, that we put in here when we cut a tree down, just so because they like to eat, leaves and stuff. So I ended up throwing all those out. I got a nice pile here, a nice pile down there, and my husband has a lot of stuff that he says he wants to get done this weekend, since it's the 3-day weekend and Labor Day and everything. And we will see what we all can get done, but that means 4 of my hens still haven't laid yet. And I'm hoping that maybe by the end of the week of next week, maybe I'll have 15 eggs a day. And then this weekend, my friend is coming to get her doeling, Cassidy. And then I'm not sure if they're going to bring the chicks, or the hens I should say, or if I have to go pick them up. But either way, we got to try to decide that. And then we should have our 10 new Americanas and our 10 new Black Australops to add to this flock of 15 laying hens to make it 35. And there are 2 roosters in our flock here. And the 3. I forgot about our black Jersey giant rooster. He's just a baby though. He's probably about the same age as the Americanas and Black Australops actually. But they all seem to be liking the fact that they can walk around in here a little easier. I thought about coming in here too once I put my apron up, so I'm not worried about crushing eggs. Coming back in here and trying to clean this a little better, pick up more of the sticks and other rubbish that's in here, and just try to get it out of here. I thought I could rake it maybe and put it in a, bring the wheelbarrow in here and just rake it all up. Rake their poop up too, just make it a little cleaner. I think maybe I could do that, but we'll see. We'll see how my day goes and what we got to intel in this. And meat birds are to go next Thursday evening. We got to take them, which is their, I think that's the 8th. We're scheduled for the 9th, but I can't get them there that early. I'd have to have my husband's truck. And, well, that's one I thought was on there. They must have broke it off. Yeah, it was still attached a little bit. But I'm hoping that the front of this we can extend with the meat birds fence to give our laying flock a little more going up that way into the woods, so they can have a little more of forage. I always say foliage, my dyslexia. I thought about we should put a gate on here, and then we could fence that and then let them out during the day so they could forage in there, and then at night this would be their containing pen. I said that before in my last video, but I can't remember what I say and not say, so I'm just going to get to it and then we'll add. I'm not sure if my husband's going to get anything done tonight. He is actually off of work and heading to my mother-in-law's to get the lawn mowed there, so the man's always got stuff on his plate that he has to do, so I don't know if we're actually going to get anything done tonight here on the farm, but definitely Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. My sister, half-sister, she's requesting some help. I thought maybe my husband and I I thought I had Elijah this weekend, but I don't. I have him Labor Day, but not the weekend. So it'd just be my husband and I helping her put up some cattle panels and some posts that will have to be put in, but mainly cattle panels, just getting them up because there's some posts already in. And I thought we could do that. She says it shouldn't take more than just a couple hours with a couple of people, but we'll see. And I thought, well, we could at least go help her and go from there. So stay tuned, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I'm pretty sure Jill's tank's overfilling. For some reason, I woke up pretty early this morning. Not really wanting to be up that early, but you know, it's a Saturday, September 2nd. But I let everybody out and everybody's happy. The goats were crying because they think that what their bale is left isn't good enough, so they're gotta eat it, right? Because no matter what you pay for a bale, you've got to be able to make sure that your animal eats it. Basically, all but a quarter of it, maybe. And even a quarter is wasteful, if you ask me. If they're not eating it pretty much all the way, then what's the point? But these animals are very spoiled and picky. I'm sure that's the reason why they're hollering. I filled their tanks up. The boys were out. Well, I mean, it had just a little bit in the bottom of the tank, but nothing that I could say was right. And then the girls are very vocal now. I'm not saying that that's what the reason is, because they got, like I said, the middle of the Tootsie, which they can't reach. Yeah, it's overfilling. And then they've got a quarter of the bottom sitting on the bottom. Say, Jill, you wanted your tank to be a little more cleaned out, didn't you, girl? There she is over there. Get this and drag it over here. And I'm thinking they might be in heat, some of them. Some of them wag their tails like Patsy. She's a very, she lets you know that she's in heat for sure. And I thought I'd come over here real quick. I kind of have to stay up here because of Meg, but if I walk away, maybe she won't even bother it. But I was trying to come over here, see how my plants are doing. Right there's one I can see. There's another one. This is not anything that should be in there. And there's one right there. That's not one. There's one right there. There's one right there. There's a smaller one right there. This does not need to be in there. This does not need to be in there. I don't see, is that, no, that's not it. I don't see that, oh, there's one right there. There should have been one right through here, but I don't see it. And then I can see my ones back there. I figured that would need to be, water. The family that I am trading Cassidy for 20 laying hens, she told me that their neighbor's dog actually got over and killed 5 of each of the breeds that they had. And that's not always a good sign. And so we're only getting 5 Americanas, 5 Black Australops, 5 Wyandottes, and then 5 of a straight run is what she said they were. I don't even know what those are. I'll have to look them up. She said they're like a brownish red and black bird, a brown egg layer. So they're going to bring us 5 of each to equal 20. And I'm going to show her how to trim her hooves, which will be her first time. Talking like the goat's first time. See, I don't know if that's I don't think that's a flower. See, I don't even think any of these even came up. I don't think anything did. That was a waste of money. And then we have, I don't think any more of these are actually going to come up. No more of these. Cucumbers should be picked. I'm just going to go ahead and pull them. There's not really much to them here. There is and there isn't. Oh, look at it. It's turning yellow or orange, one of the two. My mom says that hers just turned the colors that they were supposed to. They never went green first and then turned. They just were either red or she's got red and yellow that I gave her. Where the heck did that come from? I don't know why these are so... Why they got so many bumps on them for. I don't know why they're like that. I really don't. They were coming out smooth and now they're coming out with bumps on them. I'm not sure why. I don't see any more that are turning yellow yet. I still have some pretty, I mean, they're not great big, but decent size. And a lot more of them are just smaller of what's left on here. So you got kind of a real healthy plant, and then you got something that's kind of like dying. There's a lot of stuff that's dying. That's off this plant right here. It's got one nice flower on it. Then you got this one that's pretty decent. Which that runs through this one. Yeah, this one's pretty healthy. I got a couple that aren't, which I probably should just pull them. I can hear Willow yelling. I did have some zucchini that probably would have been pretty close to, at least I seen a couple. It's just I'm always, like when it gets down to it, I'm always getting to the point where it's just that one's almost perfect, but it's too small. I'd wait another day probably. And then it's going to be 4 times that size. This one I don't think has anything on it. I almost thought about pulling it up. I got these little ears of corn on here trying to become something. But anyways, this family, their dreams are to do homesteading. And this is their first year trying, and she feels that it's great for their kids. They got a few kids. And just going from there. Let's see, she's right there. And I thought, well, what better way we could use the chickens? I need to sell a goat. I needed the cash, but I needed chickens too. To try to help with customers, and one less mouth out there to feed isn't gonna be too much of a difference for us right now. There's still 2 more that need to be sold. I'm going to take a seat right here. There ain't nothing too crazy on it. A bunch of bird poop, obviously. It is beautiful out. I have a pullover on though. I'm a little warm, but I'm not like sitting here in the shade. And there's a wind coming out of the east right now. Southeast probably is what I would say. It's coming. No, it's coming from the east. And to me at times it's just a tad bit chilly, but at other times it's not. It feels good. Our days that they say it's supposed to be in the hundreds actually are not going to be that hot now, so that's a blessing. I bet I gotta kind of, so she's just eating, I'm gonna come over here and let's listen to all the goats holler once they see me. That's Clarissa's big mouth. Here comes my favorite right there, Athena. She's always got to come see me. There's Cassidy, that's the one that's leaving today, is her right there. That's Clarissa, and that's Winnie. 2 of my French girls. Athena is Ariel's daughter. Willow right there is Ariel's daughter. Winnie is Willow's daughter. There's my other little French doe right there, Hope. She's from an outside herd that I've got my 2 bucks up there from, Lancelot and Prince. That's where she came from. It was her, Jasmine, and Faith all come from the same farm. That's why they cannot be bred right now to either Lancelot or Prince, because they're too related. But crossing them to Zeus, I could then breed back their babies to either or. Besides little Miss Faith there, I'd have to breed her babies back to Lancelot, because she's actually the cousin to her, because her sire is Prince's full brother. And that doe right there, Patsy, she's for sale. And that one right there, she's technically for sale too, but I would like to keep her just for milking purposes and then sell her later, like I'm doing with her, just so she can earn a star. But she is a very flashy. Whew, she's a beautiful doe. I thought about putting a band on her skirt right there for them. Can't believe that girl's almost 80 pounds. Cal? There's old girl Odessa. Right there, that is Jasmine. See, now they're all just going to go up there, not even bother with me being down here. She's actually turned out to be a pretty nice looking doe. Yes, you are, Willow. Her personality and stuff is the way Athena's is. See how Odessa, I think, is in heat, to be honest with you. She's been smelling everybody's pee kind of acting bookish. She's one where I could hardly ever catch her in heat. Like, she's a silent heat. I'd have to throw her in with a buck and just hope. Well, I never had to hope. She'd always get bred, but I never really knew her due dates. Ariel, she's pretty percent, like how I can see. Cal is too. Cal is kind of silent too, but she'll wag her tail. This girl, I didn't even know she was in heat last year. I never even noticed it. But Patsy I did, because she's a wagger. Whew, that girl will wag her tail 100 miles an hour. And then when it comes to these smaller girls, I'm not sure how they're going to react either, but I've learned just to throw a buck in and leave the buck in with them for 2 months. And then I'll go after that month, after the buck being in here for a month. I'll go ahead and then I'll ultrasound everybody just to see if everybody has been taken, or took, I should say. And see, they're up there eating. It's just they don't want to eat that because that's all that's left. But I'm forcing them to eat that. They're gonna eat it, just like the boys. Somehow they busted theirs open, so I'm gonna have to put another side piece panel on theirs and piece it together like I did this one up here. Try to make it a little better. But yeah, Ariel, you are a big girl. That girl weighs 210 pounds. She is huge. She looks pregnant already. I mean, check that out. Jeez. Just imagine what she's like when she's carrying twins. It's no wonder I always think she's carrying more than that. Look how big she is. She's just a big, huge doe. Cal's 145. She's heavier than I am. And then Willow up there. Is that Willow? I can't tell if that's Willow. Right there's Willow. She's 145 pounds as a yearling. Cal, I think that's just as heavy as she is. Patsy's exactly 100 pounds. She's not too big, but she's big-bodied too, like her mama. And so is this year's kids. Her February kids are big-bodied too, because they're both 80 pounds. Right there's one that looks just like her. That white one. Right there. That's a big finger. But yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. Thank you to all our new subscribers, and I hope everybody has a wonderful Labor Day weekend. I always get the two mixed up. Labor Day weekend. We'll see what else we can get into this weekend. Till next time, God bless.